Hi, I'm Dennis Wilson. At Delta Dental of New Jersey, we're committed to educating the public about the importance of good oral health and its role in our overall health and well-being. That's why we're proud to support the important healthcare programming produced by the Caucus Educational Corporation and their partners in public television.
Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, Wells Fargo, Delta Dental of New Jersey. Everyone deserves a healthy smile. The Russell Berry Foundation, Felician University, a 21st century education based on timeless values. New Jersey Sharing Network, dedicated to saving lives through organ and tissue donation. And by Virtua. Promotional support provided by NJ.com. Small news, big news, True Jersey. And by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association.
This is One-on-One. I'm an equal American just like you are.
The jobs of tomorrow are not the jobs of yesterday.
Look at this. You got this?
Here it is, man. Look at that.
Life without dance is boring.
When you first heard that they were doing Charlie Rose and Gayle King, didn't you go, what?
Do you enjoy talking politics?
No. People call me because they feel nobody's paying attention.
Our culture, I don't think, has ever been tested the way it's being tested right now.
Such a good question. High five.
We are pleased here on One-on-One to welcome back our good friend Saranne Rothberg, who is the founder of the Comedy Cures Foundation. Good to see you.
Hi.
Good to see you. Now, this organization is such a great organization. People are going to see the website up several times. The 2003 Raspberry Awards for Making a Difference.
That's when we met.
Yeah. Tell folks what the foundation is so they don't understand why it's so important.
So Comedy Cures brings therapeutic entertainment around the world to the ill and underserved. So we go to hospitals, we go to camps for ill kids, we go to battered women's shelters, bombing victims, military returning injured from different war zones, and we bring joy, and we bring fun, and we bring play again.
But it started when and why?
It started from my chemo chair, and I decided to throw a chemo comedy party.
Go back a little bit. You were diagnosed?
Well, misdiagnosed in '93,
right,
and then diagnosed in 1999. And I just was given less than a 5-year life expectancy, and I was a single mom going through a divorce, and I said, if this is my life, then I'm gonna leave a legacy of joy and fun and hope and service for my daughter. That little girl is now 23.
She's 23.
She's 23 and she's working.
That's amazing.
She is.
And do you ever try to calculate, Saranne, how many performances you have done on behalf of this foundation?
We're under 2,000 for sure. We're over 1 million people worldwide, multiple continents. Yeah, and a lot of my guys you interview.
Absolutely. A lot of these people come through here,
yeah,
and they make the connection back with you.
Yeah.
How did you know? I've asked you this before, but I don't want to assume people, you go back on our website, you see past interviews that you've done with us. How did you know that it was going to be a big part of your life's work to help other people while you were struggling yourself with recovering?
Well, it was really working for us. I mean, my daughter and I just found so much joy, and everybody was asking us, what are you doing? What are you doing? So I spent so much of my day just talking to people about psychoneuroimmunology and the mind-body connection, and if you keep your spirit strong, then your immune system has a higher chance of responding also. And I was just calling researchers. Researchers will pick up the phone. It's the most amazing thing. They're not like Hollywood types, you know? They don't have 10 layers of your people call my people. And they just started picking up the phone and confirming what I saw with my own life and my own spirit. And as long as I could keep my spirit strong, I felt like I could keep fighting. Because if you remember, nothing worked. I mean, I did 3 surgeries, I did 44 radiation treatments, I did 2.5 years of chemotherapy, I did 7 different drugs, as many as 3 drugs a day. And it was really when I tied it all together, and I had about 20 strategies, that everything started to change in my own body. But all along, we were doing these shows for people, and I couldn't wait to get back to doing the programs. And it was like cancer was my business. I had to take care of it. I had meetings about it. I had consultants. But my life was joy, and still is. My life was fun and laughter and bringing hope to people. And, you know, thank God my body responded. July 2002, they told me I had no more visible disease, and thank goodness we've been rocking and rolling ever since. And I love coming here, Steve, because one, it means I'm still here, and two, it's like that Neil Simon show, same time next year.
Yeah.
I get to look back on a body of work and a body of service, and I get to say, okay, can't rest on that. What are we going to do next?
Yeah. And by the way, I want to make it clear that you are not saying that people should not get the medical treatment.
No, I did
that they need.
everything.
And you did everything, and you also advocate that. But it's that you believe that laughter is powerful.
Oh, it's so powerful. A positive perspective. You know, you had Dr. Kelly Turner on, and we did the book Radical Remission together. And Radical Remission has 9 of the strategies that I did to beat stage 4 cancer. And my chapter really focuses around positive emotion, humor, and laughter. And I mean, the studies are so compelling. They have shown videos, dramatic videos, comedy videos, and no videos to different, you know, patients. And the immune system has been shown to boost when you watch a comedy. I mean, it's even applied in education. There was a study done, if you watch a comedy video before you take a test, versus watches a drama or don't watch anything, you'll score higher. And the reason, one of the reasons, is because you're oxygenating your brain. You're waking up your body. You're like calling it to attention. And you know what my theory was? Even if it didn't work, even if the immune studies were not true, what a way to go out, you know, laughing.
And the other thing that's so great, and I have been wearing this.
I know, I check it out. I make sure
Live,
you have
Laugh,
it on.
Love. And you always send me some new ones to make sure, because you have such a great organization. People often ask me about it, and I tell them to go on the website to find out more. And by the way, go on the website to find out what's happening at the organization.
And we're redoing it. We're making a new one.
Yeah, tell folks what they can find when they can see the website.
So comedycures.org, it's so sweet, because before Oprah covered us the first time, it was donated 24 hours before by some amazing angels that heard that I was going on. So let's see, she covered me the first time in 2004. So the website's like 12 years old. It's when the more pages you had, the more important you were. So now everything's streamlining. So we're basically just streamlining the whole thing. We're gonna have a lot more content, so you don't have to go to YouTube to see. So right now, go to comedycures.org, and that'll link you to our YouTube, which is Comedy Cures, and you'll see lots of videos about how you do this and funny clips from many of the comedians that you've had on.
Yeah. Why do you say, Saranne, that your diagnosis of cancer was a blessing? Why do you say that? Oh,
it was. I mean, look who I get to see. I get to run into you all the time.
Yeah, that's true, and I always enjoy having you here. We always do, but you actually, seriously,
yeah, no,
a blessing.
Look, I had a very good life before. Thank God, it was beautiful. I've gotten to do amazing things in the world, and I have a really beautiful daughter, and I've just found myself in incredible circumstances, and that would be a good life, you know? I have a pretty house, and I have a cool car, whatever. But you know what? Now, I get to hold people, like people in their souls. Yesterday, we did Laughing Lunch, which is one of our signature programs. This is gonna make me cry, because I can't believe I get to do this in my life. And we work with over 1,000 different agencies. And I work with hundreds and hundreds of entertainers and comedians. And on this one day when Laughing Lunch happens, we collide homeless people with Park Avenue matrons, with CEOs of corporations, with news anchors. Like, everybody comes together in this space. And when they arrive, it's like, what are we doing here? Like, this isn't my comfortable circle. And the show literally starts while you're sitting there.
Yeah.
And the food gets served, and it's delicious. And all of a sudden, this group that was just so unaffiliated with each other, all of a sudden you watch a community building right there, and then the laughter starts, and we're one breath. Everyone is laughing together, and you can see it in the videos. You see the health start. You see health start to rise. You see anxiety start to dissipate. You see nausea start to decrease. And all the studies that are just theory, that all my friends that are the researchers, Lee Burke and everybody else
seen in practice.
You see it come alive in 90 seconds.
Yeah.
That's my life.
Well, it's a great life, and more importantly, you're affecting the lives of others. Saranne Rothberg, who is the founder of Comedy Cures Foundation, I want to thank you for being with us and sharing and spreading the word. Keep it up. Yay. Check out that website. It's great stuff. It'll make a difference. Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this.
To see more one-on-one with Steve Adubato programs, visit us online at steveadubato.org. If you would like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato PhD, and follow us on Twitter at Steve Adubato.
We're pleased to be joined by Rosemary Knab, Director of Research and Partnerships, New Jersey Center for Teaching and Learning. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's our part of our series that we do in cooperation with our friends at the NJEA, New Jersey Education Association. About to see a clip in just a minute from Classroom Close-Up. Real quick, the Center for Teaching and Learning is
a nonprofit center created by NJEA back in 2009 by our then President Joyce Powell. And the mission of the center is for teachers to lead school improvement efforts, so that everything that we do is really led and directed and designed by teachers.
And the video we're about to see is all about?
Oh, it's all about Trenton. What a wonderful experience. The local association president in Trenton, her name was Naomi Johnson-LaFleur, heard about the center a number of years ago and heard about our physics teacher endorsement program. And she immediately made arrangements for the center to come in and talk to her administration in Trenton. And that resulted in 17 people signing up to become physics certified. We have a really unique program. We can take any teacher in any content area. We take them through a year and a half of 300 hours of learning physics.
You want to see the video?
I would love to see the video.
Let's see the video, then we'll come back and tell the story.
Okay, thanks.
Classroom Close-Up. Check it out.
If acceleration is 0, this mass is not moving up or down. What do we know about the force of tension compared to
57% of our students of color throughout this country do not have access to higher level math and science courses, such as calculus, physics, chemistry. When we look at Trenton Public Schools, while we have offered all of these things, we could not offer it to all of our students who may have wanted to take these courses. So what we have decided to do is to build our own cadre of science instructors.
Transforming STEM education in Trenton would involve creating instructors and changing the way science was taught. To help them on both fronts, the district partnered with the New Jersey Center for Teaching and Learning to implement the CTL's progressive science and math initiatives.
The CTL has, for a long time, wanted to engage with the Trenton School District. But it wasn't until the president of the Trenton Education Association, Naomi Johnson-LaFleur, reached out to say, you know what, I've heard that you can transform science education for high school kids.
CTL is the #1 creator of new physics teachers in the country.
You can have this aspiration that all students should have the opportunity to go into a STEM career path if they so choose, and recognize that to do that they should all be taking physics and chemistry, but there's no teachers to teach them. So rather than trying to get physics majors to become physics teachers, it makes much more sense to get teachers to learn physics. There are only about 6,000 physics majors in the United States, and if we're short 30,000 physics teachers, it would take many, many years. And then who would be doing physics for the next few years? I mean, we do have a shortage, and that's why we need them to become physicists too. On the other hand, there's 3.5 million teachers. If we can convert 1% of our teachers from teaching something else to teaching physics, we can fill the gap.
By September, all 9th graders at Trenton Central were not only taking physics, they were thriving.
What I've seen is amazing. I've seen kids who didn't really like to go to class. Now they're the first ones there. Kids who never raised their hand to go to the board, they'll fight to get to the board. Like, I'll do it, because they understand. And when you understand, it's easy. You want to show people that you understand.
The dramatic results in Trenton caught the attention of Washington.
The White House Initiative for Educational Excellence for African Americans contacted us and said, "We have heard that you have a wonderful program for freshman physics in Trenton. We would like to come and visit."
Enough people recognize, A, that the problem is important enough, an entire underclass of people in the United States who don't have equal opportunity needing to get some sort of solution. In the 15 years I've been involved in this, I haven't heard a solution that works for students the way our solution works for students.
What a powerful story.
It is
a success story.
Yes, it is.
What do we learn from this?
Well, we've learned from this that you can take teachers in a different content area and you can train them how to learn physics and to actually transform their schools. In fact, the story doesn't really stop there, Steve. The story goes on because now we have a cohort of teachers learning chemistry.
Wow.
So these children who learned physics last year are now learning chemistry, and there's a whole new group of kids learning physics. And for the first time in Trenton's history, we have 17 students taking advanced placement physics this year. And let me tell you, this story is so transformative that it inspired the Camden Public School District to also adopt the PSI Progressive Science Initiative program. And we are now on track to take 19 teachers in Camden, and allow them to learn physics and chemistry. And then all children in Camden are, when they reach high school, are going to take the physics, chemistry, biology sequence.
So you're not getting any resistance of teachers, from teachers in certain areas to say, I'll do physics?
No, not at all. It's amazing. I was shocked when we first did this in Patterson, Jersey City, and Newark a number of years ago. I thought, gee whiz, how many teachers are going to want to take this? It's 300 hours. You have to give up your summers.
Hard work.
Hard work, hard work. 300 hours of study and a lot of taking on a new content area is a struggle. How do you know you're going to be successful? During that first year, we had 42 teachers sign up who successfully completed the program. So what we're surprised at is when we go into a district, even with all the challenges that places like Trenton have, it is amazing how many teachers are willing to try on a new content area and say, I can do something good for my kids.
What's it do for you? I mean, as someone, we've been partnering with the NJEA for years now to celebrate educational excellence. What's it do for you when you see this?
It really inspires me to know that the future is really in the hearts and the minds of the teachers of New Jersey. And what they do here not only transforms and encourages other teachers throughout the state, but there are now teachers around the country who are contacting us and they want to be able to participate and they want to become physics or chemistry certified. So it just reaffirms my long belief that if you trust the people who have to do the job every day, who really have an invested interest in their students, you will see wonderful things come out of education.
You have to create that environment, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, real quick, 30 seconds left. This shortage of physics teachers is something we have to deal with.
Yes, we do.
Consequences big if we don't.
Yes, you're absolutely right. The consequence is big for our nation because in other countries, they are learning physics, chemistry, physics in particular at much earlier ages. It is one of the reasons why we believe we don't, as the United States, perform well on international assessments. Therefore, in our world, we need more students to learn physics so that we can compete competitively and keep our ranking high in the world.
Well, Rosemary Knab isn't just talking about it, she's dealing with it along with her colleagues at the NJEA. The New Jersey Center for Teaching and Learning. You're the Director of Research and Partnerships. I want to thank you so much for joining us and sharing this great story from Classroom Close-Up. Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this. It's a great story.
To see more one-on-one with Steve Adubato programs, visit us online at steveadubato.org. If you would like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato PhD and follow us on Twitter at Steve Adubato.
We're here with Alana Cueto, who is the president of the National Association of Hispanic Nurses, the Garden State chapter, and one of the awardees, an EPIC awardee here at the New Jersey State Nurses Association. Alana, let me ask you, describe what your organization does.
We are a not-for-profit organization comprised of 45 chapters nationwide, and we're comprised of nurse volunteers and student nurses throughout the state of New Jersey that are dedicated and committed to serving our communities in an effort to create a culture of health for our citizens.
Let's talk a little bit about cultural diversity, ethnic diversity, and the importance of really taking care of patients, dealing with patients who are very diverse in the state of New Jersey. How important is that?
It's actually very important because it's important to understand what their needs are, what foods they eat. For instance, if this patient is dealing with high blood pressure and part of their staple diet is something that's high in salt, then we need to address that and understand what that culture is and how to best deal with the culture and address their family needs as well.
Is nursing actually different? Do you actually deal with patients differently based on their cultural, ethnic background?
Well, we deal with patients in the same way. We assess them, we evaluate them, we implement the care plan. But in terms of what their individual needs are, nursing has become patient-centered. So you want to make their individual needs your priority to ensure that we decrease readmission rates and that we really are caring for the person as a whole.
So it's not this cookie-cutter approach, all patients are the same, you treat them all the same?
Absolutely not, no.
Why'd you go into nursing in the first place?
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm always curious because nurses are such extraordinary professionals, amazing people, so nurturing, so caring, such great professionals. Now I'm always curious. Everyone has their own story. Why nursing?
I have to say it's my grandmother. She suffered a stroke when I was in high school. And in our culture, we don't believe in placing our elders in different homes or long-term care facilities. We believe in bringing our elders to live with us and caring for them within our homes. So it was a no-brainer. When she suffered a stroke and needed rehab therapy, my parents automatically brought her to live with us. But that became part of my routine. After school, I had to come home and help her do her therapy, ensure that she was, taking her medication and meeting the requirements so that she can heal. And so that's what led me to familiarize myself with nursing and healthcare as a whole. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. What's the most rewarding part, the most rewarding aspect of being a nursing professional?
For me, there are two aspects. One, taking care of the patient and knowing that they are healing and that I've helped them in that process. And also, I'm a nurse educator. So for me, it's supporting, engaging, and mentoring the next generation of nurses.
Well said. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're here with Rose Rosales from the Philippine Nurses Association. We're here actually at the New Jersey Nurses Association, the EPIC Awards. Some pretty special people and organizations are being recognized. Rose, the role of nursing, the role of nurses changed dramatically over the years. How?
Well, it's because of the financial impact that has caused nurses as far as the influx of a lot of migration. The role of nurses has changed from bedside. It really has impacted a lot of administrative positions, and nursing is all over throughout the continuum, from bedside nursing to administration to home care to the whole continuum. It is a very diverse profession, and with the diversified culture, the influx of the diversity of nurses is really a good thing. Philippine Nurses Association of New Jersey is one of the nurses that it came in since 1960s, and we've really supplemented the nurses in the United States of America. And thank you for the opportunity we are given here to serve the nurses, to serve the Philippine Nurses Association of New Jersey, which we are doing right now. Our association is very community-oriented, and we really service anyone that is in need of our help, from community to hospital, and to every organization that we could reach out to.
Well said. Thank you, Rose.
Thank you.
We're here with Varsha Singh, who is a Seton Hall University College of Nursing PhD student and president of New Jersey State Nurses Association Region 3. And also you work with the RWJ Barnabas Health System. What made you go into nursing in the first place?
Oh my God. I think I care so much about health system. In India, I practiced as an alternative medicine practitioner. So when I came back to this country, I could not think of anything else but taking care of people, giving them health education. And nursing seemed like the profession where it's kind of a dynamic profession where you can do everything, just not one thing. You cannot just treat patient, but actually you can holistically learn about patients' lifestyle, how we are going to modify the quality of life. I'm really interested in this work because it connects me with the people.
Cultural and ethnic diversity is how important in treating patients.
Very much, very much. In fact, I'm really involved with a stroke education program, which I do with South Asian Total Health Initiative, where I have translated the education material in Gujarati and Hindi. And when I talk about the diet, how to eat, how to approach for the healthcare system, because so many people who are immigrants in this country, they have no idea about how this healthcare system works. So culturally sensitivity, being focused on that ethnicity, it holds so much importance. If you really want to change the healthcare in this country, you have to speak their language. You have to sit down and teach them how you are going to cook your ethnic food in a different way, using substitutions, which actually I really educate them about. Don't use this, use this. India is different, America is different. This is how you have to have that acculturation, modification, and adaptation in your lifestyle.
Most rewarding part about nursing is?
Being dedicated to your patient. Patient comes first, nothing else.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, Wells Fargo, Delta Dental of New Jersey, the Russell Berry Foundation, Felician University, New Jersey Sharing Network, and by Virtua. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.
At Virtua, we don't cut the quad tendon for knee replacement, so you don't have to cut anything you love to do. It's what we don't cut that counts. The Virtua Joint Replacement Institute. Visit GotMyLifeBack.org today.